Alain Delon, the French cinema icon, has lived a life as dramatic as any of his films. From rebellious youth to international stardom, from passionate romances to recent family feuds, Delon's story is one of raw talent, controversy, and enduring allure. At 88, he's finally revealed the true love of his life. Let's dive into his remarkable journey. Early life and career beginnings. Alain Delon was born on November 8, 1935 in Sceaux, just outside Paris. His childhood wasn't easy. When Delon was 4, his parents split up, which set the tone for a rough start in life. He bounced between foster care and his parents' new families, struggling to find where he belonged. School wasn't his thing. After getting kicked out of several schools, Delon quit formal education at 14. He tried different jobs, including working at his stepfather's butcher shop. But he couldn't settle down, and at 17 he joined the French Navy. His time in the military was short and rocky. Serving in Indochina, Delon often found himself in trouble. He even spent time in jail for stealing a Jeep. This rebellious streak, however, would later add to his on-screen charm. After leaving the Navy, Delon returned to Paris without a clear plan. He took on odd jobs, from waiting tables to working as a porter at Les Halles Market. It was during this time that luck stepped in. A chance meeting with an actor friend led to Delon tagging along to the Cannes Film Festival in 1957. At Cannes, Delon's good looks caught the eye of a talent scout. Soon after, he landed his first film role in When the Woman Gets Confused in 1957. It wasn't a big hit, but it was a start. Delon had found his calling, and there was no looking back. His rise to fame was quick. His big break came with the 1960 film Purple Noon, where he played the charming but immoral Tom Ripley. Critics and audiences were captivated by his performance and those piercing blue eyes. That same year, he starred in Luchino Visconti's Rocco and His Brothers, proving he was a serious actor. Delon's ability to play complex, often morally gray characters became his trademark. Films like The Leopard, 1963, and Le Samouraï, 1967, showed off his range and intensity. Hollywood came calling, but Delon was picky about his American projects. He appeared in a few English-language films like The Yellow Rolls-Royce in 1964 and Once a Thief in 1965, but never fully embraced Hollywood. He preferred to reign supreme in European cinema. Career highlights. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Delon continued to deliver powerful performances. He took on more diverse roles and even tried his hand at producing. His work in Monsieur Klein in 1976 earned him critical acclaim and a César nomination. Recognition for his contributions to cinema came in many forms. In 1985, he won the César Award for Best Actor for Notre Histoire. Later in his career, he received Lifetime Achievement Awards, including an honorary Palme d'Or at the 2019 Cannes Film Festival. But Delon's impact went beyond just acting. He became a cultural icon, embodying a certain idea of French masculinity and style. His image was used to sell everything from clothes to cigarettes. In Asia, particularly Japan, he gained a massive following, becoming one of the most recognizable Western stars in the region. In the 1980s, Delon started to branch out. He launched his own perfume line and became involved in other business ventures. His name became a brand, associated with luxury and elegance. Delon's sunglasses, in particular, became hugely popular, especially in Hong Kong after being featured in a hit movie. Despite taking on fewer acting roles as he got older, Delon's influence on cinema remained strong. He became a reference point for what it meant to be a leading man in European film. Young actors looked up to him, studying his performances and trying to capture some of his on-screen magic. Delon also tried his hand at directing, though with less success than his acting career. He directed and starred in Pour la peau d'un flic, 1981, and Le Battant, 1983. While these films weren't big hits, they showed Delon's desire to have more control over his artistic output. In the 1990s and 2000s, Delon's film appearances became rarer, but each one was treated as an event. He chose his roles carefully, often playing characters that reflected on his own status as an aging icon. His performance in Le Retour de Casanova in 1992 was particularly praised for its self-awareness and depth. Throughout his career, Delon remained committed to European cinema. He often spoke out about the importance of preserving the unique voice of French and Italian films in the face of Hollywood dominance. This stance sometimes led to controversy, but it also cemented his status as a guardian of European film culture. Even as he stepped back from acting, Delon's opinion on cinema and culture continued to be sought after. He became a regular presence at film festivals, often serving on juries or receiving honors for his lifetime of work. His legacy as one of the great actors of his generation was secure, influencing filmmakers and actors long after his heyday. Personal life and relationships. Alain Delon's love life was as dramatic as any of his films. His relationships often made headlines, and he was linked to some of the most beautiful women in the entertainment industry. His first big romance was with Austrian-born actress Romy Schneider. They met while filming Christine in 1958 and were engaged for 5 years. The public loved them, calling them the golden couple. Even though they broke up, Schneider stayed important to Delon throughout his life. In 1964, Delon married Nathalie Barthélemy, the only woman he would ever wed. They had a son, Anthony, but the marriage didn't last long, ending in divorce in 1969. During and after his marriage, Delon had several affairs, including a relationship with German singer and model Nico, with whom he had a son, Ari Bologna. Perhaps his longest relationship was with French actress Mireille d'Arc. They were together for 15 years, from 1968 to 1982, and starred in several films together. Their partnership was both personal and professional, leaving a big mark on Delon's life and career. In the late 1980s, Delon started a relationship with Dutch model Rosalie van Bremen. They had 2 children together, Anouchka and Alain Fabien, before splitting up in 2001. Throughout his life, Delon's romantic relationships often overlapped, creating a complex web of affairs. He was known for his charm and his ability to stay friends with former lovers, even as he moved on to new relationships. Despite his many affairs and partnerships, Delon never remarried. He often talked about love and relationships in interviews, saying that true love was about more than just passion, it needed companionship and understanding too. Delon's relationships weren't always smooth sailing. His affair with Nico resulted in a son, Ari, whom Delon never officially recognized as his child. This led to a long-running legal battle, with Ari trying to prove Delon was his father. The courts ultimately ruled against Ari, but the controversy followed Delon for years. His relationship with his recognized children has also been complicated. While he's been close to his daughter Anouchka, his relationships with his sons Anthony and Alain Fabien have been more strained. Family drama has often played out in the public eye, with disagreements and reconciliations making headlines. Delon's charm and good looks made him a constant subject of gossip and speculation. Throughout his career, there were rumors of affairs with co-stars and other celebrities. While some of these were confirmed, others remained the stuff of Hollywood legend. Despite the often chaotic nature of his personal life, Delon maintained a certain mystique. He was never one to overshare, preferring to keep some aspects of his private life out of the public eye. This air of mystery only added to his appeal, making him even more intriguing to fans and the media. As he got older, Delon became more reflective about his past relationships. In interviews, he often spoke fondly of his former partners, expressing regret for some of his actions and gratitude for the experiences he shared with these women. Delon's views on love and relationships evolved over time. In his youth, he was known for his passionate affairs and his reluctance to settle down. As he aged, he spoke more about the importance of companionship and mutual respect in relationships. Despite his reputation as a ladies' man, Delon also formed deep friendships with many of his co-stars and contemporaries in the film industry. These platonic relationships were often as important to him as his romantic ones, providing support and camaraderie throughout his career. In his later years, Delon has lived a more solitary life, though he remains close to his daughter, Anushka. He's spoken about the challenges of aging and the importance of the relationships he's maintained over the years. While his romantic life may have slowed down, the impact of his past relationships continues to shape his life and public image. The love of his life, Romy Schneider. Among all of Delon's romantic partners, one stood out, Romy Schneider. Their love story began in 1958 on the set of Christine. The spark between the young actors was immediate and powerful. They fell deeply in love, becoming one of the most glamorous couples in European cinema. Their relationship was intense and passionate. They were young, beautiful, and at the peak of their careers. The public was fascinated by their romance, following their every move. They appeared together in several films, their on-screen chemistry matching their off-screen relationship. However, their love wasn't without its challenges. Schneider's family didn't approve of Delon, which added stress to their relationship. Despite this, they stayed engaged for 5 years, living together in Paris. The end of their relationship in 1963 was sudden and painful. Delon left Schneider a note ending their engagement, a decision he would later regret. Despite the breakup, they stayed connected throughout their lives. They reunited on screen in 1969 for La Piscine, their passion still obvious. Even after their split, Delon and Schneider kept a deep bond. When Schneider tragically passed away in 1982, Delon was heartbroken. He arranged for her son to be buried in the same grave and often spoke of his lasting love for her. In recent years, Delon has been more open about his feelings for Schneider. In 2018, at the age of 82, he publicly declared her the love of his life. This admission, coming decades after their relationship ended, shows how much Schneider meant to Delon. Their relationship had a profound impact on both their personal lives and careers. Working together, they created some of the most memorable moments in European cinema. Their on-screen partnerships were always highly anticipated, with audiences eager to see the real-life couple portray fictional romances. Even during their time apart, Delon and Schneider's paths continued to cross. They moved in the same social circles, and film industry events often brought them together. These encounters were always noted by the press, who never lost interest in the former couple. Delon has often spoken about the unique connection he shared with Schneider. He's described their relationship as something that transcended ordinary romance, a meeting of kindred spirits. This deep understanding and shared passion for their craft created a bond that lasted long after their romantic relationship ended. In many ways, Schneider represented a pivotal moment in Delon's life. Their relationship coincided with his rise to stardom, and she was by his side as he became an international icon. This shared experience of fame and its pressures created a unique bond between them. Later, career and legacy. As Delon entered the later part of his career, he didn't slow down, he branched out. In the 1980s and 1990s, he took on fewer acting roles but became more involved behind the scenes. He tried directing and focused more on producing, using his industry knowledge to support new projects. But Delon's ambitions weren't limited to the film world. He ventured into business, launching a line of products under his name. From sunglasses to perfumes, the Alain Delon brand became linked with French elegance and style. His sunglasses in particular gained a huge following, especially in Asia. Despite taking on fewer roles, Delon's influence on cinema remained strong. His earlier works continued to inspire new generations of filmmakers and actors. He became a symbol of French cinema, his name bringing to mind images of sophistication and intensity. Recognition for his contributions came in various forms. In 1991, he was awarded France's highest honor, becoming an officer of the Légion d'honneur. Film festivals around the world celebrated his career with Lifetime Achievement Awards. The 2019 Cannes Film Festival honored him with an honorary Palme d'Or, acknowledging his huge impact on the world of film. Delon's legacy goes beyond his filmography. he redefined the image of the leading man in European cinema, bringing a new level of complexity and depth to his roles. His style, both on and off screen, influenced fashion and popular culture for decades. Even as he stepped back from the spotlight, Delon remained a cultural icon. His opinions on current affairs and the state of cinema were often sought after, and he wasn't shy about expressing his views, sometimes stirring up controversy. In his later years, Delon became something of an elder statesman of European cinema. He often spoke out about the changing nature of the film industry, sometimes critically. While not always popular, his views were respected as coming from someone who had seen the industry evolve over decades. Delon's influence extended beyond just the world of film. He became a symbol of a certain kind of French masculinity and sophistication. His image was used to sell products around the world, and he remained a style icon well into his later years. Despite controversies and personal struggles, Delon's place in the pantheon of great European actors remains secure. His performances continue to be studied and admired, ensuring that his legacy will endure for generations to come. Recent controversies and family drama. In recent years, Alain Delon's life has been marked by health problems and family conflicts. In 2019, at the age of 83, Delon had a stroke, followed by a brain bleed. This health scare brought him back into the public eye, with fans around the world worried about the aging star. As Delon's health declined, family tensions that had been brewing for years came to a head. His children, Anthony, Anushka, and Alain Fabien, found themselves at odds over their father's care and estate. The drama played out publicly, with Anthony accusing his half-sister Anushka of manipulating their father. He claimed she had hidden the results of mental tests performed on Delon, suggesting she was more concerned with her inheritance than their father's well-being. Anushka fought back, defending herself on live television and accusing her brothers of putting their father's health at risk. The youngest sibling, Alain Fabien, sided with Anthony, adding to the family feud. Amidst this family trouble, another controversy erupted. In 2023, Delon's children filed legal complaints against Hiromi Rollin, a woman they described as their father's companion. They accused her of harassment, abuse, and animal cruelty. Rollin denied all allegations and filed a counter-complaint, claiming she was the victim of violence from Delon's family and bodyguards. These recent events have cast a shadow over Delon's final years. The man once known for his unmatched charm and talent now finds himself at the center of a very public and painful family dispute. Despite these challenges, Delon has shown resilience. In interviews, he's expressed a desire to make one final film, showing that even in his later years, his passion for cinema remains strong. The family drama has also brought up questions about Delon's legacy and the management of his estate. With a career spanning decades and a successful business empire, there's a lot at stake. The public nature of the dispute has led to speculation and gossip, sometimes overshadowing discussions of Delon's artistic contributions. Delon's health issues have also led to broader conversations about aging in the public eye. Many fans and fellow actors have expressed sadness at seeing the once vibrant star struggle with health problems. At the same time, Delon's determination to maintain his independence and dignity has earned him respect. The controversies of recent years have been a stark contrast to the glamorous image Delon cultivated throughout his career. They've shown a more vulnerable side to the star and have perhaps made him more relatable to many of his fans. Despite the difficulties, Delon has maintained his characteristic defiance. He's continued to make public appearances when possible, showing that he's not ready to step out of the limelight completely. His resilience in the face of health problems and family drama has added another layer to his already complex public image. Alain Delon's life has been a roller coaster of success, love, and drama. Despite recent controversies, his impact on cinema is undeniable. His confession about Romy Schneider being the love of his life adds a poignant note to his storied career. As Delon faces his twilight years, we're reminded of the complex man behind the silver screen legend, a man who lived life on his own terms, leaving an indelible mark on film history.